Hey there, this is Mr. Cowan. Welcome to FPT. If you've made it this far, you've managed to log into Schoology, which is great. That's an awesome first step. The purpose of this video is to give you a little overview of what this class is all about and what we're going to be doing in this class and how to use the websites that we have available. So the very first thing is the question, what is FPT? What do those three letters stand for? FPT stands for Foundations of Professionalism and Technology. What that means is this class is intended to teach you the basics of how to act like a professional in different social situations, and then how to use technology that's available to you here at school. And both of these things have the same underlying idea, which is learn the basics, learn these little easy tricks, these little basic skills that can help you be successful in so many different ways as you go throughout school and your professional career. And we're focusing on the technology side. And there's a bit of the professionalism side in this too. We're using the website Schoology. And when you log into Schoology, the website looks like this. Now, the first time you log in, you get a little pop-up button that wants to give you a little tour of the site. I'd recommend taking that tour if you didn't. But if you haven't, here's kind of an overview of how the site works. Now, up top, you have courses. Now, for you, you're just going to have one course, 7th FPT, Section 2. It's called Section 2 just because I used it last quarter also, so this is the second version of that. Over here in Upcoming, shows you what assignments are upcoming and what assignments are due. And in this case, Intro to FPT, which is the assignment you're working on right now, that's due today, but you'll be fine, you'll finish it up. Up top here, you'll kind of notice that the site's designed a little bit like Facebook. They did that on purpose. And so if you're familiar with Facebook, some of the things are kind of similar. Up top here, these are your notifications. And if you click it, this shows you what your different things that have happened, like course materials that may have been updated, or like an assignment feedback that's been given to you. So up here in the top corner, you see yourself, and in the drop-down arrow, you can change some account settings. You can change your profile picture and things like that. And I totally encourage you to play around with that. So in order to get the things done for this class, in order to meet standard and to move on and make progress, you're going to work off of these folders. So the first folder is 7th FPT assignments. If you click that, you're going to see a series of folders, and then in this case there's also one assignment. Notice that these things have due dates. In this case it says it's due Monday, March 30th, right down here. Notice that the other ones, like Typing Web Beginner Trophy, that's due on April 24th. And this one's April 24th, April 24th, and these ones are May 15, May 15, May 15. There'll be other folders that pop up as you go throughout the course, but these are the things we have initially. So let's show an example of how you turn in an assignment using the Intro to FPT assignment. So this is so meta, but I'm showing you how to do the assignment that you're doing. So you read the video, read the explanation, and it says, watch a video below that explains what this class is about, how to use Schoology, and how to turn in assignments. When you're done, turn in an explanation of what FPT stands for. Now, notice down below, I could write a comment and post it, and you're totally free to write comments and post them, but just remember that anything you post is permanent and forever, and that any person in the world, even if you write something, post it, and then think, oh my gosh, maybe I shouldn't have posted that, and you delete it. Well, if anybody else sees it, all they have to do to prove that it exists forever is to do a very simple trick. And the simple trick is something you're going to be doing a bunch in this class to take evidence off your screen. It's called the snipping tool. If you hit the Start menu and you type SNIP, you get the snipping tool. And the snipping tool allows you to drag any portion of the screen and make an image of that. And now that's my image forever. So the way we could think about this is like, oh, you did something cool and you want evidence of it. Well, you're going to do that in class. Like when you finish assignments, sometimes there'll be directions that say take a screen snip and send it to me. Sometimes you'll take a screen snip and send it to me. In this case, when we think about writing comments, what you want to think about is if I write something and post it, anybody else who sees it, they could take a screen snip of it. So even if I go and delete it 2 seconds later, someone else, if they saw it, now has evidence that I did that. And what does that mean for you? I'm not saying this stuff to scare you, but what I am saying is make good choices. Assume that everything you say publicly online can be permanent and forever. And don't just think about it in terms of Schoology. You can screen snip anything. So if now you start to think about how you use your web presence anywhere and everywhere for the rest of your life, only ever post things online, only ever send anything to anyone electronically that you'd be comfortable with the whole world seeing. Because as long as you trust that person, or as long as you trust that group of people you're sending stuff to, if anything's up even for a second, even if you delete it, it might not go away forever. So let's go back to submitting this assignment. So it says when you're done, turn in an explanation of what FPT stands for. Well, in this case, we don't need to submit a screenshot. So what you would do is click Submit Assignment. Now I'm going to submit an assignment. Well, there's 3 different ways to submit assignments. 2 of them you'll use in this class. You'll either use Upload or Create. You can ignore the Resources button. Under Upload, if I had a file, like a screen capture file that I was saving, I would hit the File button. I would click that, and it brings up a file explorer, and I can select the file I want and submit it. In this case, you don't have any files to submit. You need to type me something. So what you'll do is hit Create. Notice how Create brings up this cool content editor, which is basically like a web page, but for all you need to do with it is just type an explanation. So explanation, well, that doesn't really meet standard. Meeting standard would be writing something like FPT stands for Foundations of Professionalism in Technology, the basics how to be a professional in this world. So let's say I submitted that. Okay, so I turned this in. Now I'm going to show you what happens when I, Mr. Cowan, look at your work. Okay, so I just switched over to my teacher account. Notice my teacher account looks pretty similar to the student side. But what I can see is when I look at this assignment, I can see who submitted the assignment. Well, test student. That was the account I was just using. They submitted it. Here's what I see when I click your assignment. I see the thing you submitted. In this case, you just wrote, the person wrote explanation. I did. That doesn't mean standard. In this class, it's based on the idea of mastery learning. And mastery learning means that if you're going to do something, you need to be able to either do it or learn how to, or we're going to keep working on it until you can do it. There's no such thing as a B or a C in this class. I wouldn't, in a different form of grading, I might look at it and just say, explanation, they didn't quite get it. I'm going to give them a C. Well, you didn't understand the concept then. So what I'm going to do for this person is watch the video again and let me know if you're stuck. And then what I will have, and I need to fix it real quick on my end, but I'll have a grade box, and you'll see that it would actually be, this would be a 0 out of 4. A 0 out of 4 doesn't mean you did anything wrong, like you're not a bad person, but it does mean that you didn't show evidence of understanding the thing you need to show evidence of. And so you get to try again. So I'm going to post that, and then I'll show you in just a second what that's going to look like for a student. Okay, so I just fixed this, and now you can see that when I hit grade, 0, it's not to standard, but that doesn't mean it's the end chance. Actually, you're going to have to do it until it does get to standard. Okay, so I went back over and switched into my test student account. And notice in my notifications, I now have a notification. That notification says a new grade was posted for Intro to FPT. So I could click that. Now let's say I click away from my notifications, it's no longer showing up. And if you want to just go check your assignments, what you can do is go to your courses and then go to the assignment that you turned in, like Intro to FPT, and you'll see that the grade, I got a 0 out of 4 in that assignment. So what do I need to do? Well, if I give you a 0 out of 4, I'm not going to just give you a 0 out of 4 and let you figure it out. I'll tell you what you need to do. So you click Assignment Submitted. And when you do that, you can see a post from me, like your teacher version of me, saying, watch a video again, let me know if you're stuck. And in this class, a lot of the learning you do is from a video. And the reason we do a lot of learning from a video is that allows everybody to work at their own pace and work on the thing they want to work on and have some choice within some structure. But the reason we're all here at school and you're not sitting at home and I'm not out riding my mountain bike right now is because I'm still your teacher and I want to help you and answer questions. So if you get stuck, just raise your hand. It's still like a normal class like that, and I'll come over and we'll talk and I'll help you figure it out. So saying, oh, okay, I can hit New Draft, and then I'll say FPT is, and then I'll type in my answer of what FPT stands for, submit, and then you'll know. And the way you can check your grades is by clicking this grades button, and then you can see the grades you've gotten on assignments that have been graded, and then you can check and see whether or not you need to make changes or what you need to do. All right, so that's a basic intro to this class. Good luck, have fun.